Hi guys, we have got three things on tap tonight. I should say girls too. It's hi guys and girls. I don't know why I always just say guys, but hi to everybody. Let's revise that. So we've got three things on tap tonight. A half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football, a half case of 2017 Encased football, and then a half case of Heritage baseball. And that's also the order that we're going to be breaking in tonight. So it will be Prime Signatures, then Encased, then Heritage. But if you're here for Heritage, don't wander off too far because neither one of our first breaks will take a terribly long time. So let's start off. There's always some information that we roll through here at the beginning of the break, so let's take a look at that first up. As you see there on the screen, just a quick note that my feedback is 100% automated on eBay. So whenever you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. No waiting on me to get caught up and all that kind of stuff. Second thing on that page, and the most important thing, is to say thank you to everyone. I always appreciate you bidding with me and breaking with me. Many of you hang out and keep me company and chat too, and I enjoy that as well. Next, let's take a look at what is upcoming for the next 5 days. This stuff is already listed on eBay, up and available for bidding right now. So tomorrow night, we've got some autographed memorabilia, some one-box breaks, and a full case of Select basketball, which just comes out tomorrow. So we'll be busting into that on release day. On Saturday, some more autographed memorabilia and one-box breaks, as well as the back half of the case of Donruss baseball that we started last night. Sunday, variety of signed memorabilia breaks and one-box breaks, along with another half case of Prime Signatures football, which will be the back half of the case that we're starting tonight. There will also be some Prestige basketball on Sunday. That'll be the last of the case that we have on hand. The fourth and final break out of that 16-box case. On Monday, once again, some one-box and some autographed memorabilia, along with a full inner case, which is 10 boxes of Contenders Optic football, and the back half of another case of Heritage. It'll be the back half of the case that we're starting with Heritage tonight, will be on Monday night. Then on Tuesday, as again, some odds and ends, one-box stuff and autographed memorabilia. The back half of the case of Encased football that we're starting tonight, and a brand new case of Select basketball will be on Tuesday. So that's what we're looking like in the days ahead. For tonight, please take a moment to review the information on the screen. There's one break with free shipping. That's the half case of Panini Prime Signatures football from 2011. That's going to go out roughly Tuesday. Anytime a break has completely free shipping, it goes out the door roughly 5 to 6 days after the eBay end date. And please take a moment to look at the information on the screen as well about consolation cards, what happens if you don't pull something in the break, when those are normally sent, etc. More detailed information about all those consolation cards and things can also be found on the eBay item description page. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that's Encased football and Heritage baseball. Those are going to go out probably Monday, guys. Normally it would, counting forward on the number of days, it ends up on a Sunday. So it's most likely going to go out Monday if I get caught up and get ahead. Could possibly go out Saturday, but I think we're probably safer saying Monday. So first up tonight, our 5 boxes of 2011 Prime Signatures football. It's a half case break. It's break number 53. It ended tonight, March the 8th. We're live streaming it tonight, March the 8th. Our team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And as we scroll down through here, I'll just make a note that this is the start of a new case. So what that means is that I will take out all 10 of the boxes that are in this case, and I'll number each of them on the end, and then random.org will determine which 5 are open tonight versus which ones are opened in the next break. I took off autofocus right there and adjusted the focus manually. I know it took the background out of focus, but not to worry. We're going to be able to see the cards up close and with no problem. Well, if I can get all the boxes out of here, they pack them in very securely. There is no wiggle room in these cases, but of course that's good. We don't want them out sliding around everywhere. That would get them kind of beat up and in trouble. So I guess we should be glad they're in there nice and securely. All right. So once again, just numbering because this is the start of a brand new case. And I'll plug in 1 through 10 in random.org. I'll hit random, and then the first 5 numbers that come up will be representative of the 5 boxes that we're going to open tonight. All right, so it looks like we're going to be opening boxes 3, 2, 5, 8, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 are the ones we're digging into tonight. That's not too hard to pull out of there. All right, so here are our 5 for this evening. The other 5, of course, will be opened in the next break. Now, we may find in here some redemptions. It's fairly common to find them in 2011 Prime Signatures. If we do find them, you're going to notice when you see it that it is expired. However, even though it is expired, you should still put it in your Panini account, just like you would with an unexpired redemption. A lot of times they still have these older cards. And when that is the case, when they do still have them, they ship them out to you typically in, I would say, within a month or 2. And if you haven't gotten anything from them after maybe 3 months or so, at that point, you probably want to try to track down a live person and talk to them about getting a substitute. And if you can find a live person to help you, they are pretty good about subbing. Problem is they don't answer the phone, they don't respond to email or anything else. But I think social media is the way to go. So try and track them down on, Facebook or something like that. Twitter, one of the social media accounts is probably your best bet. If you happen to be watching live and you can't see chat, there's nothing in chat right now, but if you can't even see the option to, type into chat or participate in chat, I believe you have to be logged in to make that happen. So make sure you're logged into YouTube if you want to jump into chat. And then the other part of that equation is if you're watching on a mobile device, a tablet, a phone, whatever, you're probably going to have to say that you want to view the desktop version, or it still may not let you see it even when you're logged in. All right, let's take a look at what we've got. Everything in here is going to be numbered, even our base cards. If we pull rookies that were part of the Rookie Premiere Day, they will be on-card autographs. If we happen to pull veteran players or rookies that were not part of the Rookie Premiere Day, they're most likely going to be sticker autos. This is Emmanuel Sanders to $499 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Matt Ryan to $499 for the Falcons. Adrian Peterson to $99 for the Vikings. And our hit is $225. It's Luke Stalker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that one was is a sticker auto. Out of pack 2, Emmitt Smith to $499 for the Cowboys. Michael Turner to $499 for the Falcons. Andre Reed to $25 for the Bills. And a redemption. Yeah, it figures, doesn't it? Well, at least I warned you. I figured, we hardly ever get through a half case of this without finding a few redemptions. We'll take a look at that in a minute when we get to the end here. Mark Carrier to $4.99 for the Bears. Mike Williams to $4.99 for the Bucks. Thurman Thomas to $25 for the Bills. I think that's back-to-back to $25 for the Bills, isn't it? Yeah. And then our hit is for the Cardinals, and it's numbered to 10, Beanie Wells. Nice low number to 10. That one is also a sticker auto. I know we're going to have a 1 of 1 because I saw the edge of it a while ago. This is to $4.99, Jimmy Orr for the Colts. Charlie Trippy to $4.99 for the Cardinals. Jacoby Ford to $99 for the Raiders. And Javid Best to $49 for the Lions. Also a sticker auto. So all of our signatures tonight have been pretty low numbered. We've got a 10, a 25, and a 49, which some of these older products, it wasn't super common to pull the lower numbers on a regular basis. So as a whole, did all right with the numbering anyway. Ben Tate to $4.99 for the Texans. This is to $4.99 for the Bengals. Brody to $49 for the 49ers. And our little 1 of 1 is for the Rams. And this is back before printing plates were super common. So we have a James Laurentis 1 of 1 for the Rams, printing plate and sticker auto on that. So the Rams getting out of here with a nice 1 of 1. And then we have a redemption, which we're going to go to the Panini website and take a look at. Rookie Signature Silver. It is card number 189. And I'm going to bring you along with me here. And that is not the right screen. Let's try that again. And we will head over to the checklist and look this one up. Because I looked them all up, honestly, even when I know what they are, which, I mean, I don't on this one. There's no player name, just a number. But I looked them all up anyway. That way we can always know for sure that we have the right thing. What did I say that was? Rookie Signature Silver. Ah, shoot. Let's try that again. Oh, no, that's not right. That says Prime Signature Silver. I grabbed the wrong one. My goodness. Where are you, Rookie? Why am I not seeing this? Am I just blind? Where? Oh, because it's way down here where it doesn't, or I didn't expect it to be. Okay, so now we have Rookie Signature Silver up. So we'll try this again. Card number 189 is Denarius Moore for the Raiders to 199. So the Raiders to 199 is our redemption. So we'll recap this and then be on our way into encased football as soon as we finish this up. So the redemption for the Raiders to 199. Again, it is expired, but you do want to redeem it into your account anyway. Nice little 1 of 1 autograph printing plate for the Rams. James Laurentis. To 49 for the Lions. Javid Best. To 10 for the Cardinals with Beanie Wells. And to 25 with the Buccaneers, Luke Stocker. So that has this half case of 2011 Prime Signatures all wrapped up. And remember the back half of this, well, I've forgotten what day it is, but it was on that spreadsheet a few minutes ago. So it's sometime within the next 5 days, or it wouldn't have been on that spreadsheet. We'll be opening the back half of this case that we started tonight. Next up is encased football. And we are going to be starting a new case once again with this. So we'll do the same thing we did with the last one, as in take them all out, number them, and let random decide which ones we open tonight. So take a look at this. If you are in this break, I'm anticipating it will ship on Monday for encased football. There's always a possibility I can get it out sooner, and if I can, I will. And also take a moment to note the information there about what happens if your team is not pulled in this break, if you get nothing at all in the break. It tells you on the screen there how the consolation cards are normally shipped and how that works. And there's more information about that in the listing description on eBay. 4 boxes of 2017 Encased Football. This is a half case break. It is break number 3. It ended tonight on eBay, March the 8th, and we're going to break it open here in just a second. And same format as before with your team names on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And now's the time to put your mojo out there, right? So now's the time to start working it to try to conjure up your team out of this break. And this went unusually low tonight. The prices for this were really quite low in comparison to what they normally are. So somebody, depending on what we pull out of here, somebody might be in line for a really nice bargain. So let's hope that's the case. I don't know what this is, a little piece of plastic or something. So let's hope then that we pull something, make you a little money. So there are our 8 boxes that make up this case. They're going to be numbered on the end, just like we did with Prime Signatures a minute ago. And we'll put 1 through 8 in random, and then random will spit out which 4 we will open tonight. It'll be the first 4 that come up after we hit random, of course. And it looks like we're going to be opening boxes 5, 4, 2, and 6. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Here's 2, 4, 5, and 6. Just get these other 4 out of the way. These are the 4 we're working on tonight. The remaining 4 will be opened in a break next week. Sorry about that. I wandered off for a second because I was trying to figure out where I sat my water. And I guess I'm going to have to drink the warm water. I can't find the other water. All right, so how this is set up, many of you probably know, a few of you might not. We're going to find 1 card in here that has already been graded, which is nice because all the grading services are super far behind. And then we're going to find a few more cards in the second pack that are our standard cards that are not graded. But this is a pretty cool product, and some of the graded stuff that comes out of here is really super nice. I haven't seen anything graded as a perfect 10 yet myself out of my own breaks. But we've pulled some 9.5s and some 9s and some definitely some nice stuff. They did not do subgrades on these, though. If you broke this last year, you probably remember that from last year, because when it happened, we were all like, what? Why are there no subgrades on these cards? Because at that time, that wasn't even a thing. And then, of course, that was Beckett introducing that new service without subgrades that they supposedly, I guess, do faster or for less money or whatever. I don't know. So we'll save our graded cards for last, and we're going to start out. Whoops, that's our hit. I did that the opposite way. We'll start out with looking at our packs first. And, of course, everything in here, well, we do have a base card in each one of these, so it's not all hits in here, but it's mostly hits. I always forget about our one little base card, although sometimes it's numbered as well. And that is a redemption, obviously, we're going to have there on the back of that one. So Greg Olsen for the Panthers, first up on our base card there. Von Miller for the Broncos, our base card here. Allen Robinson to 10, our base card for the Jags. And Cam Newton for the Panthers, base card out of that pack. Now, let's take a look at our hits. I already see one that I like a lot. O.J. Howard for the Buccaneers to 10. And it's got the inscription on it as well. Nice little hit for the Bucs. Although it's kind of weird that, I mean, it's a little weird though, right? The way he spaced it, because he could have written like anywhere in there, and it's kind of just odd that he didn't center it and put it all like way over to the left. But anyway, it's still a nice hit, nice low number, hard signed for the Buccaneers. And then we have Adam Vinatieri for the Colts, numbered to 49, hard signed. The kicker. Next up, you know this one makes me happy. It's for my Pittsburgh Steelers, and it is Hines Ward to 10. So that, I think, is an awesome hit for the Steelers. I love Hines Ward, and you don't pull a whole lot of Hines Ward autos, and that's, again, hard signed and numbered to 10 is pretty sweet. Chris Harris, and that, of course, is a jersey swatch for the Broncos. It's numbered to 49. I don't think I said that, did I? I don't know. I kind of mentally, I checked out there for a second because I was thinking about something else, about what's ahead up there in that pack. So sorry about that. Century Collection, a little Joe Theismann, nice patch there, numbered to 10 for the Redskins. And that is player worn, doesn't say game worn, just says player worn. But still a very nice hit for the Redskins with Joe Theismann. And then we have for the Rams, Cooper Kupp, numbered to 25. Barely managed to get a second color in on that. Looks like it's probably the interior of something, you know, maybe the inside of a number or letter, and we got a little edge of a seam there with it. Leonard Fournette to 49 for the Jags. Another relic, Carlos Henderson to 49 for the Broncos. Then we have Mike Williams for the Chargers. That is a nice looking patch. That's to 10. And of course, that is an awesome 4-color patch there. Pretty sweet for the Chargers with the Mike Williams to 10. So far, that's my favorite patch out of what we've seen up to this point. Taywan Taylor, my favorite signature out of this year's rookie class, numbered to 10 for the Tennessee Titans. Notable signature series, and of course, also got his inscription on there, Silent Grind. John Ross for the Bengals, numbered to 10 with the trio of relics. And the Jaguars, numbered to 5. How about a second Leonard Fournette, except a lower numbered one? Nice 2-color patch there, but the main part of that is, of course, numbered to 5 is pretty sweet. So a pair of Fournette relics. And then we have a redemption, Corey Davis, scripted signatures gold. So that is also going to be for the Titans. But you know what's going to happen. We're going to roll on over here to, I just put it in sleeve. We're going to roll on over here to the checklist and verify this one as well. And we'll find out what it's going to be numbered to, along with verifying that it is the Titans. I better make sure I switched. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I forget to switch your all to view, and I was like, uh-oh, did I forget? Did I forget? But I didn't. I had you with me this time. So the Corey Davis, very nice, going to be to 10 for the Titans. So all in all, I would say that we did pretty well in this case. Well, obviously we haven't opened our graded stuff yet, but I mean just our regular relics and signatures have been pretty low numbered in this half of the case. So I would say that we definitely did manage to get some bargains for a few of you. Hi, Ken. This is 2017 Panini Encased Football, and I see Aaron already answered that for me as well, so thank you, Aaron, for jumping in there. Ken probably popped up when I was over there looking at our spreadsheet, and I didn't see it till just now. Oh, this is going to make somebody happy. Let's just start with this one. Kareem Hunt for the Chiefs, numbered to 75. And it is graded. The card is graded to 9. The autograph is graded to 10. And the Chiefs have a very nice hit on their hands. And, you know, again, for whatever reason, this ended much lower tonight than Encased typically does. So I think anybody that pulled something tonight definitely got a bargain. C.J. Beathard for the 49ers, the autograph graded to 10, the card graded to 8.5. It is numbered to 75, and I was just looking at, I guess that is a scratch on the, that's kind of weird. There's a scratch on the outside of the case, and then it looks like there's something inside there. Like there's a fleck of, I don't know what, plastic or something that when Beckett put it inside this plastic holder, they left that inside there. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, it is a nice cap patch there. It's hard signed. It's to 75. C.J. Beathard for the 49ers. Marlon Mack for the Colts, autographed to 10, card graded to 9, and it is numbered to 5. That's awesome. 4 of 5 with the nice little inscription on there as well. Go Colts. And finally, for the Bengals, Joe Mixon, autographed to 10, card to 9, and this is also numbered to 5. And so we had some very nice low numbers in here tonight. So we'll start our recap with the one that's in my hand, the Joe Mixon graded card for the Bengals to 5. Marlon Mack graded card for the Colts to 5. The C.J. Beathard to 75. This one again is the one that's got something like, it's scratched on the case itself, but there's also some kind of something like a little piece of fuzz or plastic or I don't know what, but it's inside this case with the card. So you can thank Beckett for whatever they did with that. And then Kareem Hunt to 75 for the Chiefs. That is our 4th card that was graded. And our ungraded cards. The nice Fournette relic to 5. John Ross to 10. Mike Williams to 10. Carlos Henderson to 49. A second Leonard Fournette, that one to 49. Cooper Kupp was to 25. Joe Theismann to 10. And Chris Harris to 49. Then we'll take a look at our signatures. The redemption for the Titans, and that one is going to be numbered to 10 for Corey Davis. Taywan Taylor to 10, also for the Titans. Nice Hines Ward to 10 for the Steelers. Loving that Hines Ward. That is super nice. Adam Vinatieri to 49 for the Colts. And O.J. Howard to 10 for the Buccaneers. So lots of things numbered to 5 and 10 there with Encased tonight. Really nice, nice half of a case, but honestly it always, pretty much everything I think that comes out of Encased is pretty nice most of the time. So not unexpected that we pulled some great stuff out of there. I have just the back half of this case left, and then there is no more Encased. So if you're interested in it, we do have the back half of this case coming up in a few days, and then that'll be it for 2017 Encased football. Let's get our spreadsheet set back up here, and we're going to be starting in Heritage Baseball coming up next. And again, anticipating that Heritage is going to ship on Monday. And if it is possible for me to get that out sooner, I will. It always says plus or minus a day there, which basically, of course, no mail on Sunday. So if I'm lucky and I can get ahead of the game, I might be able to get it out to you on Saturday. If something unexpected happens, it could possibly slide to Tuesday, but I really expect it will be Monday. And as before, you're going to see here that this ended tonight on March the 8th on eBay. We're live streaming it tonight. Same format with our team names on the left and your name in lights as the winning bidder across from it there on the right-hand side. And this also is the start of a new case. So the same as we did with our other new cases that we broke this evening, I will be taking out all 12 of the boxes. I will number them on the end. I'll type 1 through 12 into random and hit random, and then whatever numbers come up first, we'll take the first 6 numbers. Those are the boxes we'll open tonight. This is a massive case of cards. It is, there's a lot of base cards in here, so it's a pretty big, heavy box of cards. Oh, I see Joshua Dunn. You are asking me in chat, did Heritage break yet? No, we're just getting started on it. You haven't missed a thing yet. I am just now getting it out of the case, and we'll be numbering each box on the end. Anytime I start a new case, that's typically what I do. Even when there aren't case hits, I just think it makes it more transparent. That way it's very obvious how we determine what's opened on any given night. I like to keep things just as easy and obvious and transparent, kind of being the same thing, but not exactly the same thing. But anyway, you know what I mean. I like to make it easy for everybody to follow along and see how it's done and remove any questions about how stuff is handled. All right, so we're going to buzz back over here to our friend random.org. Random gets a workout most nights. It's nice that it's a free service, right? Whoops. Oh, goodness, I see what I did there. I made a big mess of that. Let's just fix that. All right, we'll try it again now and finish it up. All right, so there's our 1 through 12. Again, I'm going to take the first 6 numbers that come up. Those will be the 6 boxes that we open tonight. So it gives us box 7, 12, 6, 4, 8, and 2. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 12. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 12. All right, there's 2, 4, and 6. There are 7 and 8. Let me get 12 out. There are our 6 boxes. Let me set these other 6 aside, and then we'll get started. I forgot to switch your view, didn't I? I left you on the view with random. Sorry about that. I told you every once in a while I forget to switch the view back and forth, but the only thing you missed was me picking up the other 6 boxes and setting them off to the side. So there you go. You didn't really miss much on that. So there you can see on the number, or on the ends, we have all the numbers that we are supposed to have based on what random told us to pull. Jason, all cards ship. Guys, if there's ever a break where not everything ships, it will say that in the description. In the part where it lists what we're opening, you know, like where it says, for instance, tonight, 6 boxes of 2018, Topps Heritage, etc., etc. If something is different than normal, that's where it would say it. So, unless you see a message in there at some point that says, hey, base cards aren't shipping, then yeah, it's always going to be all cards shipping unless you see that in the description. So we find box toppers, of course, in Heritage Baseball. They can be a strip of cards, which is what this one is. They can be buyback cards that have the anniversary stamp on them. And occasionally we find a little poster. In the instance of this, where we have a strip of cards, at the end of the break, we'll go look at the spreadsheet. If someone owns 2 of the 3 teams, then they would take this outright. If no one owns 2 of the 3 teams, then we will award that by way of random. So that's going to be set aside to be dealt with at the end of the break, because more than likely we're going to find some more of those before we're done with this break. And I'm going to get rid of this rubber band. That rubber band's bugging me. I don't even know why that's on my wrist. So, of course, there are tons and tons of base cards in here. There are a few short prints that we're going to find. Hopefully, we're going to find a few short prints. The ones that are the easiest to spot are the action image variations and the color swap. And sometimes, guys, I will freely admit, sometimes one of those might slide past me and I might fail to notice it when we're going through this. If that happens, please feel free to jump into chat and say, hey, you went right past whatever it might be, and I will gladly go back and grab it, and we'll take another look at it, a closer look, a better look. Because sometimes I do miss a few. I try not to, but sometimes I do. And of course, there are all kinds of other variations with Heritage, some of which you don't even notice unless you're looking at the back of the card. You know, there are some error variations and other things that you might not notice until you actually have it in your hand. But anything that I see as we go through, or that you see as we go through, of course, we'll look at it a little more closely. And on our checklist, it's always going to go to the player that you see. So in that case, that's going to go to the Angels with Mike Trout. And we're going to find some cards in here that have American League leaders and National League leaders, for instance, like this one. All of these that I see I'm going to set aside because, again, those are going to have to be awarded by way of random at the end of the break because we've got 3 different teams on that card. And we're going to find a whole stack of them. So the way that we will handle that is when we go to random for that, I will basically enter left, right, and middle. And then whichever position random chooses, that's how those cards will be awarded. We're going to find a fair amount of these flashback cards. They are also going to be set aside. They will be awarded as a group at the end of the break. And so all of the flashback cards together will be awarded to one team using random at the end of the break. Most of the rookies in this product are going to be on the cards like you just saw there that say rookie stars. I'll get it out in a minute. And occasionally we may find a freestanding rookie in here. If we do, it is most likely going to be a short print. Otherwise, the majority of the rookies will be found like that. Jason, the second half of this, it's on that spreadsheet that I put up earlier, and I do not remember the specific date, but at the end of the break, I will gladly put that spreadsheet up again, and it will tell you the specific date that it is breaking. It is the early part of next week, but I don't remember the exact date. But we'll take another look at that spreadsheet at the end of the break. Or the alternative is if you don't hang out that long and you want to otherwise know, you can always go to eBay and pull up any of my auctions, and then you click on see sellers other listings, and then you can, once it brings those up, then you can sort within or search within my listings by typing in, just the title, or you can sort it by just baseball and see all the baseball listings, or lots of different ways to do that if you're in front of the computer, or otherwise I'll put that spreadsheet back up at the end of the break. Because honestly, I don't ever remember, even though I know we just looked at it, I never remember what ends on what night. Because I've got so much stuff listed, and sometimes I have stuff scheduled to start that hasn't started yet, and I have to think about, like, is it scheduled? Has it actually started? You know, stuff like that. In each one of our boxes tonight, we should find either one autograph card or one relic card. And I'll be interested to see how many autographs we pull out of here. Because out of our first case, we were very heavy on relics. Heavier than I really kind of expected, actually. New Age Performers. I forgot we will find some of our rookies on this insert set. That one is Rosario for the Mets. I had forgotten about that insert altogether, actually. But yeah, we should find a handful of those too. It'll have both veterans and rookies on that insert. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Why do you call yourself the dirtiest bidder in the game? I'm just curious. I'm just interested to know. Inquiring minds want to know, man. This should be a short print action variation. Corey Seager for the Dodgers. One of our rookie stars. Are you not going to tell us? Are you not going to tell us, Joshua? You're not going to tell us why you call yourself the dirtiest bidder in the game? Hey, I'm not one to talk, right? My eBay username is Fleaburger, so hey, what am I going to say? I'm sure there's a good story behind it, though. Black and white insert for Chris Bryant of the Cubs. Oh, I grabbed the wrong size sleeve for that, but that's all right. I'll switch it out to the right side, to the right size sleeve a little bit later. Oh, you go by Dirty Randy. Okay, all right. I like it, man. I like it. I'm a fan of the unique usernames on eBay. So our hit out of this box is a relic clubhouse collection for the Astros with Dallas. I never say his last name right, Keuchel, and I don't think that's the right way you're supposed to say it, but good grief, we all know I pronounce the names terribly for every sport. It's not unique to baseball. It takes me, I don't know what my problem is. I have a mental block about some of these names. Can't even begin to say how long it took me before I could say Giannis Antetokounmpo like forever. Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs on this black and white insert. Those are all facsimile signatures. I'm sure you guys know that, but just in case somebody's watching who maybe hasn't done a break with this product before and they're thinking, hey, that's signed and she's not saying anything about it. No, it's actually just a facsimile signature on all of those little black and white inserts. But next week, of course, we've got the back half of this breaking early part of next week, and we've got another case of Donruss baseball that we'll be working on next week too. But probably the middle to the later part of next week, we'll probably do a couple of nights in a row of Heritage. Because my plan is that we will move through and break most of the Heritage, if not all of the Heritage, before Gypsy Queen comes out. And Gypsy Queen comes out on the 21st. So that's kind of the working game plan at the moment. that we'll break another 2 or 3 cases of Heritage between now and the 21st. And we have a little chrome for the Indians, numbered to 569 with Edwin Encarnacion. We'll find a few little chrome inserts along the way. Maybe a hot box with some of the purple as well, perhaps. And if I happen to be going faster than someone would like, I mean, to me, I don't feel like I'm going fast, but sometimes, especially if it's somebody maybe who hasn't done a lot of breaks, sometimes they want to go at a little bit slower speed or get a better look at some of their cards. So if it is that anyone wants the pace adjusted, jump into chat and let me know, and I will happily take care of that for you. Sometimes, you know, it's easy as a breaker to just kind of get on autopilot and just kind of zip through it because of knowing what we're looking for. But, you know, when you're on the other side, sometimes you want it to be a little slower. And sometimes you want it to be faster, which I'm okay with too. This is Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, and Brewers. And once again, that we'll take a look at that at the end of the break. If someone owns 2 of the 3 teams, they would take that outright. It requires 51% to take it outright, which would be 2 of the 3. And if we don't have anyone that owns 2 of the 3, then we'll use random to award any of our box toppers that are like that. So how many of you have seen Ohtani come out of here so far? Because I'm not seeing Ohtani come out, but that doesn't mean that he's not coming out somewhere else. I'm sure there's some floating around out there by now, but I'm just curious as to how common you guys are finding it to be, those of you who participate in a lot and or watch a lot of breaks. You might have time to watch a few more than I have time to watch these days. All right, I don't know why we've got so many going different ways right there, but another one of our inserts. This one's Buster Posey for the Giants. I do know this. I am way ready for the season to start. Usually I kind of don't want basketball to be over. But this year, man, my college team has been terrible. Not terrible, well, but kind of bad. So, yeah, kind of terrible. Occasionally good in small stretches, but mostly bad. So I'm really ready for basketball season to be over because it's been kind of not fun this year. Huh. Oh, Nick, you're logged in as yourself tonight. And you said you want to see Nolan Ryan. Okay, well, I wouldn't mind seeing Nolan Ryan. Joshua, you haven't seen one yet, but you pulled a Seattle Pilot. Yeah, I pulled a Pilot the other day, too, out of the first case. That was our auto out of the first case. Of course, that goes to the Brewers, you know, because card stays with the franchise. So I would assume that everybody knows that, but just in case somebody doesn't, that franchise, the Seattle Pilots, is the current Milwaukee Brewers, and I always keep the cards with their franchises, and all that stuff is in the listing description as well, down there in the special circumstances area. It talks about relocated and renamed franchises. Brandon, you saw a Johnny Bench 1/1 autographed relic. Oh my goodness, I would have been so happy to see that. Johnny Bench is one of my favorite players. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron specifically are my 2 favorite baseball players of all time. I know that's an odd pair to have, right? But those are my 2 favorites. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron. I was just looking at the back of that one to see if there was any variation on it, but there wasn't. Jason, what are you saying me about? You were saying me. I see you saying me, but I don't know what you're saying me about. And it's probably something I said a minute ago, but there's a delay in chat, right? Like you guys type it in, but for some reason it doesn't pop up on my side for a couple minutes. So sometimes by the time it pops up, I might have forgotten what I was saying, you know. So you might have to refresh my memory on that one just a tiny little bit there. Oh, so you've seen 1 blue auto and 2 action in 10 cases of Ohtani? That's not too bad if there have been, if you've seen 2 action variations in 10 cases. Honestly, that's falling more than I thought it might. Because I knew that Ohtani action was SP, and I figured even though they weren't saying it was SSP, that it really was SSP. I know Donruss has a lot more Ohtani inserts. We haven't pulled any autos out of it yet, but I've only done half of 1 case of it so far. But Panini has a ton of Ohtani in there, that much I'm sure of, and they're promoting the heck out of it. My feeling is we'll probably pull some autos out of Donruss. I don't know, obviously, till we get through the other half of the case, or may not even find it until we get to the second case, but I just feel like we're going to find it in there. I may be proven wrong, but that's my thought on it. Because they're trying to, juice their products a little bit because they're trying to compete with the Topps products. So they generally take the hot rookies and put them in a little higher concentration often in the Panini stuff than in the Topps stuff. I do not know why. This is usually a Panini thing, right? When the cards are going 100 different directions in one pack. But tonight, it's also a Topps thing. This isn't technically listed on the short prints, but that 100th anniversary gold foil stamp on there, I think it is a short print, even though it doesn't technically show up on the, quote, list of short prints. I believe it is a short print, so at the least, it's a variation. I'm trying to think, in the last case, we found maybe 2 or 3 of those with that 100 anniversary. Oh, man, that just kills me when they do that. I don't know why they have to put them in there in 100 different directions. Just unnecessary handling of the cards, having to flip them back and forth, Carlos Correa for the Astros on the black and white insert with the facsimile signature. RBI leaders will get set aside. Mookie Betts New Age insert. Well, this time there's a bunch of them going the other direction. And honestly, if you guys do not object, I'm probably just going to start leaving those upside down as we come to them, unless you guys specifically want them flipped over, or obviously if it's something of interest, if it's if it's an action variation or some other type of short print, clearly I would flip it the correct way. But In the absence of that, if you do not object, I think we're just going to leave the upside down ones upside down, because honestly, I don't like the extra handling of the cards. I think it's just one more time something's got to be moved and touched than it needs to be, in my opinion. But so if you want them flipped, jump into chat, let me know. Otherwise, as we come to some that are upside down, we're just going to leave them upside down. We'll flip the New Age there for Mr. Benintendi. Batting leader and home run leaders are going to go over here. Well, if it looks like the whole stack, we'll flip the whole stack. And of course, as soon as I flip it, wouldn't you know? Right, then they go across the other way. So we're getting a little bonus hit in this one, guys, because we already pulled the hit out of this box, didn't we? Are we still in the first? No, we're in the second box. Good grief. We're in the second box. I've lost my mind. And our autograph is Chance Sisco rookie for the Orioles. Nice little hard signed auto there. So we're already pulling some autos out of the second case here, more so than we did out of the first one, because we weren't, I think we were like in the last or next to last box of the first case before we pulled the first autograph. So good to see one coming out early here. Sean, in case football, it has already broken tonight. We already did Prime Signatures football and encased football. I pretty much break in the order that things end on eBay. And also, whenever I put the spreadsheet up, you know, that shows what's coming up in the days ahead, that will also list things in the order that we're going to break them on any given night. So, of course, tonight, Prime Signatures was first, and it was a pretty quick break. And then Encased Football was second, and it was also a pretty quick break. And that brings us here to our Heritage Baseball. We have another Chrome. This one is Corey Seager for the Dodgers to 569. Well, it's this video, Sean. It was, you know, earlier this evening. So it's all, everything that ends in one night breaks the same night, just in order, all in the same video. So I don't stop the recording, so I don't like do one and then stop the recording and then start it back and then do the next one. It just runs the whole way through. So it is earlier in this same break that we did Encased tonight. So it will all be in one video for anything we break for an entire night is always together in one video. Unless something funky happens, you know, like some kind of technical problem that requires it to, you know, where something goes wrong and you have to stop and start back. But in the absence of that, it's always together. And once again, we have a little 3-card Monty here. And in the middle, oh, that's going to be a big hot mess because we've got a home run leaders in the middle of that one. So, whew. Man, if there was ever one where I hope somebody owned 2 of the 3 spots, it would be that one. Because otherwise, we're going to have a whole bunch of teams in there. And that one. Joshua, I don't even know what that means, man. You're going to have to clarify that comment, because I am not sure what that means. Okay, well, that making it funky, okay, that makes a little more sense. It makes me laugh anyway, so I applaud you for that. I applaud you for your creativity. Max Scherzer to 569 Chrome variation or parallel, whatever you want to call it, insert for the Nationals. Joshua, I have a little kitten here that I found as a stray back a few months ago, and I tried to find him a home, and I never did. And so I ended up keeping him, and I named him Monkey. I should start calling him Funky Monkey. So there is a short print action variation. This one is Gary Sanchez for the Yankees. We pulled out the Corey Seager for the Dodgers earlier. So 2 short prints thus far in this break. Yeah, you know what I saw today, and I was really surprised about this, but Panini sold out of Donruss Baseball. Like, when do you ever remember Panini selling out of Donruss Baseball the week it came out? Like, never, ever in the history of Donruss Baseball do I remember that happening. I mean, I'm sure it has at some other point, but I really don't remember the last time. I don't even remember it selling out that quickly last year for Aaron Judge. Of course, that was before Aaron had really heated up too, but still, I do not remember the last time that they said Donruss Baseball was sold out. Certainly not in the first week. There is Nolan Arenado, the Rockies, on that insert. Oh, Jason, I didn't know if you could rewind on YouTube. Someone told me the other day that you could not, that it did not have a DVR function. So I didn't really think that he could rewind it. So you're saying that you can. It does have a DVR functionality on YouTube. I did not know that. So yeah, if I had known that for sure, I would have told him, but I actually thought it was the opposite. I thought it was not possible to do that. But I think baseball is going to be tough all year. I mean, I'm already getting cut back on stuff that I ordered months ago, right? I mean, when I ordered it, they didn't tell me my order was going to get cut back, and it looked like it was fine. And then all of a sudden, now things I ordered 3-4 months ago, they're coming back. Oh, yeah, you're not going to get as much as you ordered. Oh, really? Okay, so who'd you give it to? But yes, it's going to be a little tough again this year for a lot of baseball. In fact, some stuff I'm not even getting as much as I got last year, and I spent more this year on baseball than I have last year, but no telling. They do what they want to do, so can't really control that. Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies is our relic clubhouse collection out of box 3. So right now we're at 2 relics and an autograph out of our 3 boxes. Yeah, I just got a call today that I got cut back on Inception baseball, which not by much, but I wasn't expecting to get cut back on that at all, because last year I could buy as much of that as I wanted, and I did. I bought like 10 cases of that last year. I like Inception. There is Ahmed Rosario in the black and white parallel for the Mets. Or insert, I guess I should say. It's kind of the same. It's not exactly the same thing, I guess. But anyway, I kind of use the term interchangeably. Probably shouldn't, but I do. Black border for the Yankees with Didi Gregorius. And remember, all of those league leader cards are going to be divvied up at the end of the break using random. Same thing with then and now. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it'll be the same thing because, again, it's got 2 different teams on the card. So we will use it. We will use random to take care of that as well. Oh, that must be, you must be watching it on not in real time then, Jason. That makes sense now. Because that's why when your stuff is coming in and I'm thinking, man, is there like that much of a delay in the video? I guess I know what's going on. You're watching it. You probably rewound it at some point then using that DVR functionality, and you're not watching it live in real time. So that makes sense. Now I'm on the same page. Now I know what's going on. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that on YouTube. As I said, I thought it was the exact opposite. Someone had told me before that you could not do that. So good to know. Now I can inform people if they ask me that kind of thing. Makes sense. I mean, that you should be able to do it. Makes it easier anyway. There's Devers in a New Age Performers insert. So, of course, I guess everybody's seen the news release that Topps is going to have Ohtani in Heritage High number 2. I don't know in what capacity yet, if it'll be short print, base, autograph, what. I would assume probably all 3. So they're going to put him in high number as a batter since he's in base, in this Heritage as a pitcher. He'll go in Heritage High as a batter, which I think is kind of cool. Dodgers insert for Cody Bellinger, black and white. All right, that is officially our halfway point. That was the end of box 3. We're cutting into box number 4 right now. Have a different box topper this time. We have a buyback, a 1969 buyback card. And of course, I'm sure the majority of you remember these 1969 cards. They're all kinds of crazy. Most of the time they're off-center and miscut and everything else. But every once in a while you'll pull one out of there that's nice. But most of the time there's that, and they're often well-worn and well-loved. This one happens to be curved a little bit in addition. And that's because they literally bought them back from somebody and then stamped the 50th anniversary logo on it. So the box topper